Most traders think that the game of trading is all about finding that holy grail strategy or flipping accounts to make quick money overnight to then be able to buy that dream car. But the reality, most traders lose it all, and statistically speaking, 95% of the people that get into trading never become profitable. That's why in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why that happens and, more importantly, how you can finally beat the twisted game of trading and turn things around for good. First things first, I want you to let me know down below in the comment section why you've started trading. And after I will upload this video, I'll make sure to go over each comment. I'm asking for this because this is exactly what I wanted to start with. You see, in order to find the solution for a problem, we need to go to the roots. In my opinion, all the people that get into trading share the same reason. They get into trading because they want to have a better life. Notice how I didn't say they want to have a better financial situation, and I say that they want to have a better life. Why? Because yes, indeed, most people do get into trading willing to improve their financial situation, but in the same time, there's multiple people that already have stable jobs that also pay well, that want to get into trading because they don't want to work that job anymore. They aren't happy with it anymore, they don't like it anymore, and they want something new. And of course, trading, especially at the first glance, seems very attractive. So on one hand, we have the people that get into trading willing to have a better financial situation that then would translate in them having a better life. And then on the other hand, we have the people that already have a good financial situation, but they don't consider that they have a good life due to the fact that they are working a job that they don't enjoy anymore. Because of that, they get into trading. Why? Because they want to have a better life. And I guess there's also a very small percentage of people that already are wealthy. Maybe they have very successful businesses and they get into trading because they want to make even more profits. But again, that's a very small percentage of people in my opinion. And now that we know why we get into trading in the first place, it is time to discuss about the next step. We start trading. And this is where the first huge mistake occurs. And that's exactly how it happened for me as well. Just so you guys know, everything I mentioned in this video, I did it as well. When we get into trading, of course, we watch content on social media about it because we need to learn how to do it. And the thing is, the most viewed content and the trendiest content on social media when it comes to trading is the content with huge profits, where people claim that they made huge profits or where they claim that they flipped a small account into a big account. And that's exactly what caught my attention in the beginnings. I saw a thumbnail in the suggested bar, and then when I read the title was saying I flipped a $100 account into $10,000, and that caught my attention immediately. Why? Because I personally got into trading willing to make money to then be able to buy my first car due to the fact that I got my driver's license, but I had no money to buy a car, okay? And knowing that I had $100, when I saw that guy flipping 100 to 10,000 and also claiming that he did it in a short period of time, that completely changed my mindset. Instead of starting as a med student will start knowing that for the next 6 or 8 years, he won't have much to win when it comes to money, I had the complete opposite mindset. Seeing that that guy flipped a small amount into 10K in a couple days made me think that I can do it as well to then be able to buy the car. And I basically started with the get rich quick mindset, and that's the first huge mistake because we set huge expectations right from the get-go, and then the next thing we do is very simple. We start depositing money on a real account and we try to do the same thing. Or then again, we see someone claiming that he flipped a small amount into a big amount using a specific indicator that you can buy from them. Then what you do is you'll go ahead, you'll buy the indicator, you'll try to do the same, you'll blow the account, then you'll buy another course and another one and another indicator and another prop firm account and another small account till you eventually run out of money. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had 3,000 euros saved up during high school and I blew all of that money within the first 3 months of trading. And I blew it very simple on indicators, courses, prop firm accounts and small accounts. Okay, having this bad mindset and these expectations to get rich quickly. The second huge trap I still see so many people fall for is the holy grail strategy trap. That's how I like to call it. Basically, when you try searching for that holy grail strategy that will provide you a, let's say, a 90% win rate for a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, and we all know that that right there doesn't exist, but there's still people to this day that do not believe that. They still believe that they can find that perfect strategy. And trust me, I've seen people with years of experience that are still in the search of that holy grail strategy. And this right here is a vicious circle that you enter, and it's a circle it is very hard to get out of. Once again, let me give you an example. I had someone that recently joined my mentoring. He focused on the main strategy of the mentoring, which is the one that requires 20 minutes a day. He learned it, he backtested it, he demo tested it, he had good results with it. He also collected data. He saw exactly how profitable the strategy was, around 55 to 60% win rate for a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, which is amazing. Okay, he then started trading it on a funded account. He had his first payout with it, but after that he had a losing streak of 3 trades in a row, which is perfectly normal for a strategy that has a 55 to a 60% win rate for a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. And after that losing streak, guess what? He came to me and he said that he's moving on because he's willing to find a different strategy that is more profitable. So basically what he did is all the 2 months he spent learning the strategy and then starting to trade it to make the profit, he threw that all in the bin, okay? Because he was still searching for that holy grail strategy, and I couldn't help him, okay? Because that's not something I can change. It is up to him to decide. But this shows that this is a very dangerous vicious circle that once you get in, it is very hard to get out of. You can literally spend years in this vicious circle where you constantly learning new strategies that are profitable, you start testing them, you see that they're profitable, and then with the first losing streak, you throw it all to the bin, blaming the strategy and jumping to the next one. Not understanding that trading is a game of probabilities and it will always be like this. And now that we've talked about these huge mistakes that 95% of traders do, that eventually make them quit, because like I said, you get into this vicious circle and the only way out is either understanding that it is not okay or quitting. Okay, these are literally the only 2 options. And now I want us to discuss about the approach you need to take in order to become part of the 5% of traders that actually become and stay profitable. And this applies if you just got into trading, but also if you're already into trading for a couple months or a couple years and you haven't found profitability yet. Of course, if you just got into trading, I will call you lucky, because by watching this video, you will save so much money, time, stress, if of course you learn from our mistakes, okay? So now the first important thing is to work on your mindset. Understand that it will take time and that you need to treat trading like a business and not a get-rich-quick scheme. And what would help you to do this is to limit your time on social media and only watch healthy content on social media. Stop watching all the flexing content, all the flipping content, because that's the content that will make you greedy. Okay, because we are always keen to compare ourselves to others. We see someone making $10,000 today, we immediately want to do the same thing as well. We want to replicate it. And then what we do next is we deposit money on a broker account, we try to flip it and we blow it. Okay, we all know how that story goes. So it would be very good if you could limit your social media time and try to only watch the healthy content that actually helps you become a more profitable trader, as opposed to the content where you see a lot of flexing. Besides this, do not be afraid to start on a demo account. Do not believe the hype with starting on a personal account because the demo is useless. No, start on a demo account and do not be ashamed of it. Play around with it, it won't cost you anything, okay? And after this, after you start with this right mindset, you limit your time on social media, you open your first demo account, this is when you need to take the next step, which is very important. This next step is the step where you will look for a profitable trading system that will then bring you those consistent profits. For this step, you really have 2 options. Option number 1, which again, out of experience, is going to be very hard and will cost you a lot of time and also stress and potentially money as well, is the option where you try to develop your own system yourself. And out of experience, trust me, it took me over 1 year to do that. And in that 1 year, I spent the amount of time in front of the charts a normal person would spend in 5 or 6 years. If I would be able to start trading with the mindset I have now, instead of developing my own system based on what I've learned in random courses I bought, instead of doing that, I would look for a mentor. And by mentor, I don't mean a webinar or a indicator or a group or a course. No, I'm talking about a real person that you can work with one-on-one that could teach you his ways for you to then be able to replicate exactly what he is doing. But you need to be very careful when searching for that person. The first criteria that you need to look for, you need to look for a person that has already done it, already has consistent results, and very important to see that he was able to teach others do the same. Always look for social proof. Don't look only at the profits or at the car or at the lifestyle. Look at the social proof. Look what others have to say about him. Okay? Second criteria, it needs to be someone that you resonate with. Because if it's not someone that you resonate with, trust me, it's not worth your time. And the third criteria, and this is also very important, you need to make sure that it's someone you can rely on when you need help. Basically, after you learn his strategy, you need to know that you can reach out to him, talk to him, ask for his feedback. Because once again, out of experience, I see more and more how important it is. Because I personally put a lot of value on this with the people that are in my mentoring program. Say after they learn the strategy that they want to stick with, and then we have the one-on-one session as well. After they start trading it, in the beginning, they feel the need to send me the setups that they want to take to see my feedback, to tell them, okay, this setup is valid, this setup isn't. And I see how important this is, because without it, there's so many variables. That's why having someone that you know is there is crucial. Okay? And on that note, of course, if you would like to apply for my mentoring program to be able to work with me one-on-one, of course, only if you resonate with me, and also get access to the private community where we trade together from Monday to Friday, you can apply by clicking the first link down below. And now that we discussed about this second step as well, let's say you took the route where you looked for a mentor, you found him, you've learned his strategy. This next step is also extremely important and very simple in the same time as well. You need to give it time. Once again, there's many people that as soon as they start working with a mentor, they learn the strategy, they want to go through the steps too fast, okay? They are rushing. Instead of taking their time to backtest the strategy, to collect the data, to see exactly how profitable it is, to then demo test it, and only then to start trading a personal or a funded account, they try to rush things, and as soon as they watch the materials, they learn the strategy, they jump straight into the real account. And it can literally be only one thing that they don't understand fully, and that can make a huge difference. That's why giving it time is very important. Okay, after you start working with this mentor and you learn his strategy, give yourself time to fully understand it, to then backtest it, to collect data, to see how profitable it is, and then demo test it until you see some consistent profits, and only then take it to a personal or funded account. This would be my advice. And to be honest, if you respect this plan, once again, I'm speaking out of experience here. I literally had people with zero experience that joined my mentoring, and because they respected everything I told them, they respected the plan to the T. After their first 3 months, they were able to see their first consistent profits. And in those first 3 months, all they did was learn the strategy, backtest it, demo test it, work one-on-one with me, and only after they've seen consistent results on a demo account, they started trading it on a funded or personal account as well. And once again, 3 months without having to sacrifice anything, okay? These are people that have full-time jobs as well, they have families, they have responsibilities, they didn't spend 10 hours a day in front of the charts. If I would have to pick an average, I would probably say 30 minutes a day, okay? They didn't have to blow all of their savings to get there. They didn't have to spend 10 hours a day or to sacrifice time with their loved ones. They didn't have to stress. All they did was they respected the plan to the T, and then they've seen results. Okay? And lastly, after you see consistent results, after you see those first profits, it is very important for you to change nothing. I know this sounds weird, but again, I see so many people that as soon as they get their first payout or their first profits, or they get funded for the first time, they tend to switch things up, thinking that it will be more profitable, okay? Because we as humans, we like to be perfect about things, and because of that, we tend to add one more confluence or to add one more indicator, and that right there can mess up the whole entire system. You guys know the saying, it's a very old saying, what works doesn't need to be fixed, okay? Same applies here. If you have a system that already works, is already profitable, is already consistent, you can use it for years, okay? You don't need to change anything. And if it feels boring, that's how it needs to feel, okay? Trading needs to be boring. Less is more in trading, and it will always be like this. And you need to understand that the simpler it is, the better, okay? Once again, these are all things I wished I knew back in the day when I started trading. But again, I really hope I helped you guys with this video, understanding why 95% of the people that get into trading fail, and how you can be in the 5% of people that actually succeed. Down below, let me know what your biggest obstacle has been so far when it comes to trading. I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button. Feel free to share it as well. And if you want to see a full series where I took a 200K prop firm challenge account and documented everything from the challenge phase to the phase 2 to the payout, you can watch the first video of the series right here. And lastly, I want to wish you all the best and take care.